Hey guys, Bipolar Barbie here. Now, I don't even know how to start this video off. I guess the easiest way to explain it is I finally snapped. It happened. The inevitable finally came to pass. And honestly, I am so surprised that it literally took this long for this to happen, right? I'm criticized for when I snap, but it's kind of do you know how many times I am on that precipice of snapping and I restrain myself? I think the only person that could probably understand my situation is my best friend, because she says to me all the time, I honestly do not know how you can handle your parents. She's like, I can't even handle watching them interact with you for more than 5 seconds, let alone the fact that you've had to deal with that your whole life. I don't know. And I think snapping probably isn't even the right word. No. I have snapped in the past, but this was a breakdown. This was a moment that I completely broke. And I think it's really significant because I've never done this in front of either one of my parents. I have always been strong. I have always deflected things. I have just always put on this super brave front. But I am trying to get through to them on a level that they really need to understand, that I've been begging them to understand for a really long time. And I think I would have better luck, honestly, talking to a 3-year-old child. Because speaking with them, I feel like I have been for my whole life the only adult in this household. They act like goddamn children. It's anything that I say, and it really frustrates me right now because I think I'm trying to communicate this in the best way possible. I am trying to communicate it calmly. I am trying to communicate it objectively. I am taking ownership of the way that I feel. I have let go of blame. I'm not accusing them, but I am simply trying to educate them, trying to make them understand. I'm trying to communicate what I need because they're sure fucking verbal about what they need. And they think it's an issue of that I can't do the things that they need me to do. I can't be who they need me to be. And it's that's where their frustration comes from. I mean, I'm just as frustrated with myself, you know? And I guess that's where we clash heads because I just can't be what they need me to be. I can't. I try. And they will never see that. And I want them to stop hating me. I want them to stop attacking me. I want them to stop saying the things that they say to me and treating me in the way that they do. Because they have this really strange idea that I am just defiant, that I am a shit person, that God knows what runs through their mind. I really want them to understand the underlying issues. I want them to understand me. So that maybe they can stop judging me. Maybe they can, I don't know. I find with understanding comes acceptance and kind of tolerance. And that's what I really want from them the most. So I broke down. Because, I just want my mother, or both of them. But because I'm at home most of the time now. And I'm really trying to get my life back on track. And the plan is to basically not be here, ever again. And I'm trying to make that happen. I need money to make that happen because I haven't been able to work. So I've decided to make my own business, and I'm really focusing on that. And who knows, 3 to 6 months from now, maybe I can get my own place. And I am just holding out because right now I feel like being homeless and living on the streets would be so much better than pushing up with this shit. It'd probably be even better for my mental state, you know, guys? Because what it feels like, and what I really want them to understand what it feels like for me, is I am being attacked. It's like I am constantly in a state of fear, and just when I begin to calm down, it's like the tiger pounces. I said to my mother today, after I tried to explain things calmly and she just didn't get the point, I said to her, remember I had that discussion with you where any task, any job, anything you kind of wanted to say with me that I would appreciate it kind of going forward if you can write it on a bit of paper, start a list for me, and just stick it on my door. That way I know what's expected of me. I can do it in my own time, and I'm not going to be like confronted, which is basically making me terrified, which makes my mental health decline, which in that state of mind that honestly I can't function. I can't kind of do those things that she wants me to do. And I've sort of said, like, if all else fails, like, then I would appreciate it to kind of maybe take a moment each day, maybe ask me if you can have a conversation with me, or just in general. They've never spoken to me directly about anything. They've never invited me into any decisions about like my own life or like they have just never treated me like a goddamn adult. I would hear their concerns and I would be a lot more kind of receptive and like I just can't. So I'm trying to communicate these things today on multiple occasions because I am just being hounded. Like literally I could have set a timer. It was like every 5 minutes since I woke up. It's like walks in, whirlwind of just like abuse and accusations and completely unnecessary like way to present all of it. And obviously that makes me feel like shit. And I think the thing is, like, my room is really messy at the moment, and I know that. I've actually been trying to clean it every day. I am cleaning it a little bit, but just because of things that have happened, it's just kind of actually getting more messier each day despite how much I'm cleaning it. But the thing that I really want them to understand is about this negative validation. It's like coming into my room and when I'm in the process of cleaning it, observing me clean it, and then saying, about time you did something about that. Your room's a fucking mess. You're disgusting. And it's like, great. Now you made me feel like a piece of shit. Now I don't even feel like cleaning my room anymore because, like, what's the point? You've triggered something within me that just kind of gives up and goes, you know what? Fuck it. I just can't deal with this shit right now. And I guess that, you know, just even being confronted with that every single day. It's like every single time they mention something like about my room or whatever it is. Like, you've got to do that. You better do it now. Like, telling me to do something or ordering me to do something has never been the way to get through to me. And I have tried to communicate with them so that we can have a better relationship. You know, it's like some people, there's just different parenting styles, and they have one, and it's never worked for me. So instead of trying a different one, they've basically just said it's my fault, that it should work. You know, it worked on my sister. That's the way that they want to do it. And if it's not happening, then it's me. There's something wrong with me. And I honestly don't think it's anything wrong with anyone. It's just like a failure to communicate, a failure to understand. And I have been trying to understand. I really do understand, but I've never had that same bit reciprocated. And I communicated with my mother today because I was particularly sensitive. It's probably like the 10th, 20th time that I was confronted, and I started to say, please, no more today. Please, I've asked you to write it on a list. Please, can you just leave me alone for a little bit so I have a chance to calm down, because you don't know how much this is affecting me right now. Just please understand that I am just like at breaking point. And I think it was like the next probably like 8 to 10 times after that, I basically started begging more each time. Please, just please leave me alone right now. What I need from you is to give me space, please. Obviously, she didn't. I mean, she never fucking does. I guess I'm an idiot for even asking. You know what? I don't have a right to ask. I do, like, no one gives a shit about my thoughts and feelings. I just have to cop abuse. I just have to cop things that make me feel uncomfortable. And growing up with that mindset has actually destroyed my adult life, to the point where I have let people do things to me, both physically, sexually, emotionally, psychologically, that have made me feel so uncomfortable that nobody should have to put up with. But for some reason, I just can't say no. There's this inner belief that, like, I deserve that. That's like a whole other issue. But she finally, like, she literally followed me around the last time for about 4 minutes, abusing me, telling me that I was a piece of shit, telling me, you know, that my room was messy, that meant that I was a crappy person, it meant that I was just dirty and disgusting and she hates me, and just like some really intense stuff. So I'm trying to kind of walk away from her, just like to avoid this confrontation. And I get into the kitchen and she's still following me right behind me. And this is the moment that I snapped. The first time in my life that I've ever showed this level of vulnerability. And I turned to her and I just started bawling my eyes out, and I fell to the floor. And I just said, please, please, please stop. I was like, I just can't handle another second of this. Please just leave me alone. And honestly, guys, like, that wasn't even the worst part, right? The worst bit was her response. I don't know who can see anyone and their child just suddenly break down, especially an adult child that has been strong their whole life, and it's like, you've achieved finally what you wanted to do your whole fucking life, or all of my life, and that is to destroy me, to break me, which I have never up until now let you do or let you see that you have. But being vulnerable is part of this, like, new plan I have to communicate with them. Instead of deflecting it off like I am this strong person, like I can handle it, like it doesn't affect me, I really want them to see how much it is affecting me. So I break down. And she laughs at me. She just stands there over the top of me, laughing at me. She didn't say anything. She just, I don't even remember if I walked away or she walked away, but and I guess, like, here I am being like, fuck, I just want to cry and completely break down. But then there's this inner part of me and doing what I've always done and just being like, man, this is a fucking joke. Pretending like this doesn't affect me, pushing it away. And I just thought, I really don't know how to respond to this. Obviously, I need to get myself out of this situation. But I think this is just a significant moment on so many levels. A significant moment that I will never get through to them, that they will never understand, and that they just honestly don't give a shit. And I don't know why that is. Getting to the bottom of the why is probably just a complete waste of time. I don't think maybe they even know why. They have this strange sense that I deserve it. They have this strange feeling like, I guess they don't know what they're doing. They don't think that it's significant, or they think that I'm putting on an act. I mean, all I can really do is theorize about these things. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to do what I've always done. I'm going to choke back tears and I'm going to put on a brave face. And I am just going to have to suck it up and deal with it. I mean, I don't know what else I can say about it, so